All right. What is up, everyone? We got a little bit of a chaos in this house apartment here, but that's wonderful, right? We all need a little chaos in our lives. So let's get started on Paintn. Put in some headphones right now. Let's find some jams for painting. So this is not the painting. We're actually just going to paint over this.
Cute, Simba. Should I put something on for the cats to watch? Keep them out of your hair?
Got cat hair in my mouth. That's why I'm spitting. All right, so let's get started. We're gonna pop open our supplies and get things moving along here.
Let's watch a nature show. Scout, watch a nature show.
Let's just get right into this with some broad strokes. I do want to figure out a good composition here. Pookie! Stop, Pookie. All right, let's go. Grab some ochres and some yellows. Actually, you know what? Let's do how we... Pookie, stop! Pookie! Pookie, stop! I'm going to start with some oil pastels. On this piece.
This is for the cats. The nature babies. Look, it's a turtle.
Just so we could get some basic sketching done. I want our figures. Let's see, rule of thirds is going to be right around here. Have one figure here. And then here we go. So rule of thirds, I think, would pop down. What's up? Hey, look at all the people that just popped in. You know, sometimes people pop in and I don't notice right away. Omizu Murphy, what's up? Jasmine, what's up? What's going on, people? So many great people in this room. I don't even know you, but I know that you're all awesome. I just know that as a fact because it's the only people that watch my live streams are the best in the world. The best of the best. And honestly, I might even increase the size of this. So I'm still figuring out the composition of everything right now. So what I'm doing right now is a screen clip from Gladiator. That's what we're painting right now. Just in case anybody is wondering, that's what we're going to be doing. And you know what? If the rule of thirds is like right here, I could probably move this guy's head over by just a bit. So let's go ahead and move this guy's head over. Let's see, it should come like right down here. So the center of his face probably is going to go like right here.
Put the trash can out? Babe?
What?
Put the trash can out?
Did I?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you, I put it out, but
okay.
It was way too heavy for me. Now I'm in pain.
So we're gonna be seeing double here because I'm transforming the composition here a bit.
You're not even watching TV. Put it on for you.
Changing up the composition. What's up, Laughing? Laughing Girl. What a great name, Laughing Girl Art. That's fantastic. And you know what? We're going to do this guy a little off center. We're going to have the rule of thirds and the sword is going to go here. So
Watch the baby animals? Scout, wanna watch the baby animals?
I want them to have about the same head size. And same head size, similar neck size, gigantic arms. Where should the arms come down? Should end the arms right around the same area as this guy. Around the same. Let's try to find some other colors for this. We're gonna find some other colors. Let's pull out some orange. We're gonna use like orange highlights to compose this. Let's see. So, you know, let's go into these pants right here, right in the center. I'm gonna go like this. And let's find a silver here. We're gonna go around. We're gonna go like a silver. Silver shoulder pad. And then some silver along here. Get some of this coming around, get some armor, whatever this armor is. Get some deep browns. just to getting a sketching layer down, you know, just to get a feel for what's gonna happen here. Let's get a nice deeper brown. I like to use oil pastels. It really helps with the initial sketch, but it's not totally necessary. What's the scene? It's when they're fighting. It's like their first battle against the first battle together. Marcus Aurelius, Russell Crowe's character, and the guy Juba, you know, the actor that the actor that you would recognize, Jimani Hanso, I think his name is, or I don't know how to pronounce his name, but Jumani Hanso or something like that. He's like the secondary character that, you know, helps to that like lives to the end and buries the dolls for Gladiator. Let's try to find some blues here. I'm gonna go in. Oh, I need some of this red again. Go red. So this will probably go like right around there. Cool. Do I have any tips for using oil pastels? Like if it's gritty? You know, so definitely like with oil pastels, I think one of the secrets is to realize that no matter what, you're going to have to blend it. You know, so I'm not actually, oil pastels are just for my sketch. I don't actually use this for the final product, but you know, with oil pastels, you just got to realize that at some point, you know, you're going to have to blend it like so. And that's the beauty of oil pastels though, is that, you know, you could create all these wonderful shapes, but you just got to realize that at some point, the reality of oil pastels is, you know, you got to blend. But I don't use oil pastels for my end work. Oil pastels really just help me sketch and help me to like create texture. It helps me to create like a texture in my work. that I don't think I would be able to achieve without it. Yeah, like I just, you know, this is just starting. It's not gonna, the final piece is gonna look very different. It's gonna be very, very different. This really is just to get an initial sketch down and help me to, you know, figure out some dimensions and things. Because it's so easy to paint over oil pastels. It's almost as if it was oils. This helps me to get the ideas down. Is this a commission? I want to find a soft kind. This is not a commission, no. Self-commissioned. All of my works are commissioned. Self-commissioned. Commissioned by me. I could just lie and say, yeah, Russell Crowe commissioned me to do this. Ridley Scott commissioned me for this painting. In my dreams. In my imagination. Ridley Scott has commissioned me to do this painting. In my deepest of imaginations. I'm gonna try to find an ochre for some of the figures here. So we got and some of this I'm gonna have to make up because the the whole screen cap doesn't really get the full view, so I do have to make some of this up, but that's okay. I can make things up. I know how to make things up. We're gonna go like this. Gotta make some more stuff. Actually, you know what? I don't really need to make stuff up. Oh, we got royalty up in this area. Some drapery. Kind of making this section up because I can't really see it. And let me find. Here we go. We're gonna bring this over a little bit, just a tad bit. All right, there we go. Now let's try to find some good colors for some of the faces, just to get some of the facial textures. Actually, you know what? Go with some pinks. I'm gonna bring some pinks down. Or whites. I guess this is a white. This is a white. What am I saying? I guess. This is definitely more of a white than a pink. I thought this was pink. This is probably a very light pink. It's a little harder to tell on the design, so that's okay. Or it's a little harder to tell, like, you know, I think on camera. If you're judging my ability to tell colors, which I know some of you are, maybe, that is, yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm debating myself on the internet. For no reason. No good reason, because nobody's actually debating me. Anyone ever do that? They debate themselves based on things that like they think people hear or say. Anyone ever do that? Like they think that, you know, people, you know, say things, but they don't really care that much. And you know, basically you evaluate yourself based on what you think people believe, but not really like based on a reality. I've done that before. Let's use up our ochre here. Yo, this number has called like 5 times. On a Sunday. How desperate is a business calling on a Sunday? Well, you know what? Like, you know, I guess certain things can happen every day. But I just wish they would stop calling. All right, so if they call me one more time, I'm gonna have to tell them, like, yo, you don't need to call that many times. What is this space? Try to find a variety of colors here. This figure has some dark greens. And then we're gonna find some greens into here. A nice little toga color right here. Let's spend some time on these figures. Just going with some pinks here. What's the debate? What was my debate just now? I don't really remember. What was my debate just now? My debate with myself, was that I couldn't tell a color. So, this color is a pink. Well, when I first was looking at it, it looks like a pink. But on canvas, it looks more like a white. And on camera, it looks like a white. Like this is definitely a pink, like a magenta, like a bright pink magenta. But honestly, I mean, this other, like put next to each other, obviously one is more of a white, the other one's a pink. But I swear, off camera, that this is more of a pink. And that was the debate. We're debating. Let's try to find some pinks into this figure here. Gonna find some ochres. You go with some blues. I'm gonna go with some blues on this figure here. create some color variation around. And I think we're almost ready. Very light pink, yes. We're almost ready to start painting. I almost like it this way, but I almost like it this way, but you know, I feel like I could paint this like any day, and you know, I'd rather spend more time on the piece. Let's use up the rest of this color. It'll show up in our final painting. Look how small it is now. Like, see how we can finally use all this up. Actually, no, this could pretty much fill the background of everything. I don't know what's gonna be up here. I have to figure that out. Make it up. The art of making things up. Making stuff up. That's what this is called. How can I get the rest? How can I make sure that, there we go. It's the smudge. See? There we go. We've got the smudge down. That's the end of that oil pastel. Now let's try to find some more reds in this body. I want to use some of these oranges. Let's use some more oranges just to make this guy look a bit more massive. More intimidating and massive. I think you should go like this. And let's find some deeper reds. I'm going to go into this figure here. In fact, he's going to cover this figure. Whoa, what a game changer using a rubber glove. Oh yeah? Is that working for you? You never tried it before? That's cool. What are you working on? What are you working on, laughing girl? What today is capturing your creative attention? Alright, I think I'm done with these oil pastels. I may add some stuff later, but for now... All right. All right, let me start by filling in some of the space around. And how do I want to do that? I want to use I want to go pretty loose. Dip a little bit of this into mineral spirit here, just so we could get more spreadability with these colors here. We already got the oil pastels onto the ceiling here. I mean, onto this wall. Add more mineral spirits. Grab more of this ochre. I think the only problem with this, if you're trying to do oil painting on top of like oil pastel, is that oil pastel definitely it's a little stickier. So you might have, you might deal with challenges of like your paint kind of having this like dried effect. Honestly, it's not that big of a deal. So I just want to block in the space. I already have like where I want to put a lot of things. So right now it's really just about trying to block into space a bit. Since this is a full composition. And yes, I did steal this from a movie. This is literally from the movie. I went onto YouTube and looked up screen clips from this movie, and that's how I got this. What do you think?
Cool.
So far, yeah. I like it so far. Good. She likes everything I do. Ah, the bite. And here we go. We're gonna go like this. I have to get rid of some of this. Let's see. Let's find some pinks. Let's find some pinks and reds to go into this space. Is that somebody there? Oh no, that's just some color that I put down. And I'm painting over a painting that was black, so there's definitely my favorite color is yellow, old mittens. I'm trying to recover a painting. What do you mean recover? Do you feel like you messed it up, or do you feel like something happened? What do you mean by recover? My favorite color is yellow. Yeah, I do have a lot of yellow. That is true. Truth. I don't actually believe this, but I was listening to this like book on color theory, and it was talking about how Vincent van Gogh used lots of yellow, and that's like a sign. And by the way, I say this, I don't like to like share scientific ideas sometimes because like, I don't like to overly analyze things. And I don't actually believe this to be totally true. However, according to the research, they said it was. But supposedly, Vincent van Gogh used more black and more yellow in periods when he was more depressed, which I find it interesting. So what the suggested idea is that when people use more yellow in paintings and artwork, yellow and black is like the most, and again, like this is not, I say this with a disclaimer, you know, anytime you deal with like mental health, always talk to a professional first, right? You know, always talk to a mental health professional. This is just what one book said. But black and yellow are signs of like, you know, potential mental health issues in a person. According to this book, it was like the book on color or something is a great library, like the great studies, great courses book, one of those that you can find on Audible. So, you know, grain of salt here. But as far as sharing color theory goes, it was interesting to read.
Look at kittens. Lion kittens.
Just interesting to see, to like read about what different colors potentially mean, you know?
Scout.
Scout, Mr. Cat.
I don't want to watch the baby animals.
His breath smells good on his fur.
Oh, good.
Like if you ever like smell an area that he just licked, actually doesn't smell bad.
Okay, good.
He's got his own little bath. He's like looking at me. He's like, "Why are you getting all up into spaces I just cleaned? Why are you all up into space, huh?" I'm repeating what I think my cat is thinking. So I keep going up to my cat and like petting him with my face, and he keeps grooming the spaces that he's like. He keeps grooming the spaces that I kind of like get all up in. So I just assume he's thinking like, "Yo, this dude keeps like coming in my space and messing up where I just spent all my time grooming. I wish you would stop doing that."
Oh, but she spotted him. She spotted him. He's grooming again. Missing all the action stuff.
And now, her brother's own confidence is leading them away.
Uh-oh. You see the kitties on the TV?
And here we go. Let's take our big brush. Got our red. Start to get some of the red into this fella here. We have to use a smaller brush once I get more serious into the space here, but for now, I'm just gonna block in some of the basics. Let's go with some blues on this figure.
You kill them.
So I'm picking this up. I'm experimenting right now with color. I picked this up from Gustav Klimt, and I don't know exactly how to use it, but basically, Juba's character for you know, figures
Lucky. He's too
that have
cleaning out his territory.
for figures that are
A close call. But he
for figures of people that are from, like, you know, of African descent,
leaving the den.
or
Consequence for the cubs.
I guess there's
Then there were wolves.
white Africans, but I mean, like, you know, people of like a black African descent, people with more melanin. I picked up this idea from Gustav Klimt of using blue
About his friend.
on the figures as a good color to help to capture skin tone. So right now I'm experimenting with blue rather than, you know, like a Van Dyke brown or something.
For others,
And
this provides the perfect color. On these moments of
so that's what I'm experimenting with right now, like blues, and
what a very special
gonna experiment with some blues. That's what I wanted to say.
highly secret. It's one of the world's most heavily trafficked animals. So much so that researchers track each and every one.
Kind of looks like Braveheart, so I don't know if that's gonna work.
Is a baby Temmie.
It kind of reminds me of Braveheart right now. So, you know, before I get more into these figures, I think I got the majority of the shapes and what we're gonna do. So let me go into this figure. We're gonna try to find some browns. Gonna find some of the darker browns to lay down our shadow. Gonna lay down a shadow with a dark brown. So this is our figure that they're about to stab, double stab. If you've never seen the movie, you know, one of the greatest movies that has ever been made, arguably, Gladiator. So obviously I like the movie. And, you know, it's funny, I met this one girl who said that she's never seen the movie. And my only question to her was like, you know, it's one of the greatest movies that has ever been made. What about it? And then she was like, you know, I just don't like the idea of it. And I was just so curious, like, what she thought the idea of Gladiator was that would so, you know, turn her off to the idea of watching Gladiator. And, you know, I just think it's such a fascinating movie. It like whether you like drama or like, you know, epic filmmaking or anything, like there's no reason to not like Gladiator. Or at least not to like be turned off by the idea of it and not be willing to at least watch it. In my opinion. But that's just me. That's just me, nobody else. You never seen Gladiator, dude? What's with people having never seen Gladiator?
Back on the Namibian coast. Tabo spent the last 24 hours holding
Seriously, one of the greatest films ever made. How can people say they've never seen it? I cannot fathom a good reason. It just does not. I cannot comprehend it.
Bird, eat that food.
Dude, are you serious, Omizu? That you have never seen Gladiator? Are you telling me this right now? Are you being serious? Honestly, like, it's nothing like Gladiator is nothing like the movie Titanic, but I would put it on the same scale as far as like the impact that that movie has had on society. The sheer, you know, the sheer gravitas of the movie Titanic. Gladiator definitely comes and has as much, if not more, gravitas. And they did the second one. I thought it was okay. It was good. You know, for a spin-off movie, or not a spin-off, but like a sequel, you know, it's pretty good. As far as like, you know, the elitism that, you know, pretty much everybody has whenever there's a sequel for a movie, I think it was pretty well done. You know, if I try to judge it without having that idea in my head, I think the movie was all right. Gladiator 2.
Scout seems to like the seals now.
Huh?
Seems to like the seals.
Scout likes seals?
Well, he's
They're
like,
cute.
watching them. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He likes to go to the Bridgerton. Oh, poor little baby seal. He's all alone. Spackle's gonna eat him. Oh no, look at he's such a little thing.
All right, well, Titanic, you know, you can skip Titanic, but just don't skip Gladiator. Like, just from the scene, the clips alone, you know, you probably already have an idea of what Titanic is like. You know, you get the idea of Titanic without watching Titanic, right? Like, Leonardo DiCaprio sitting on the edge of a door. Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet sailing in the front of the ship. And then, you know, a bunch of drama unfolds and the ship sinks, right? You kind of get that idea, but Gladiator is like, I mean, it is one of the greatest films ever made. I don't know, like, there's no other way to put it. It is literally one of the greatest films ever made. Like, I'm not even gonna, like, when people say, like, what's your favorite movie, I wouldn't say Gladiator is like my favorite movie. I love the movie, but, you know, as far as like films, story, characters, like, I like just so unbeatable. Dramatic music. If you like epic music, I mean, it just like checks all the boxes pretty much, you know. So, you know, watch it with your friends, your family. How anybody could not watch it is like beyond me. And it's not like it's super old too. Like, you know, it's not like it was made in like 1950, 1960 in black and white, and it was like one of the, you know, first 500 movies ever made in Hollywood. You know, it's not like that. It's like, I could understand not seeing one of those movies. Because I haven't seen a lot of those movies. But, yes, Ridley Scott, Russell Crowe. Joaquin Phoenix is in it. He does a great job playing a weird villain guy. Creepy villain. What's up, Scout? Smells so good after a self bath. All right, let's get some of these figures now. You know, I'm kind of afraid. I don't think the blue's going to work out because the whole scene is like this, has like a red to it. So I think just this, like a little extra section of blue, it's not going to really work out. But we'll see. Let's just, you know, let's just not be too down, too negative, and see where it brings us, you know? Let's be positive. Positivity, positive artists. I realize that some of my streams can get, you know, somewhat negative. I try not to, but I think you know, part of my goal is to try to share some of the woes and the struggles that happen in the mind of someone while they're trying to create work. And I think it, you know, it's like relatable, not just relatable, but like eye-opening to some people. You know, it's like, oh wow. You know, this person also has some doubts and fears while they're painting. Just to create this idea that, you know, it's totally normal, right? It is totally normal. So anyway, let's create some angles here. We're going to go with some yellow and just blend this down. Actually, you know what? I want to use a rougher brush. I'm being really rough for that brush. So I want to use a brush that's a little bit denser, that I can kind of mess up, that's already been messed up. I don't want to be too rough with the brush that's like, that hasn't been through the ringer yet. It's a good brush here that's been through the ringer. All right, this brush looks like it's been through a ringer. It's a little big, but that's okay. So we're gonna grab, you know what, I think now's a good time to lay down some more color. Let me grab some white, some yellow. A lot of white. Not, actually, you know what, I always use a lot of white. All the art teachers say don't use too much white, but you know what? I can't help myself. Let me find a good yellow. We're going to do a CAD yellow medium. So a nice Gamblin 1980 CAD yellow medium. I got this on sale. It's an imperfect tube. I think an imperfect tube basically means they either use too much oil or not enough pigment sometimes. Sometimes that's great. Like sometimes too much oil is great because it means it comes more spreadable. But they give you a huge discount on them. It's like 20%, like you pay like 20% the price of a regular tube sometimes. Or you get, or like 50%, you know, you get a huge discount is basically what I'm trying to say. So it's great. And I got my browns. Maybe let me, you know what, instead of our deeper reds, I'm going to use this pale rose blush from Winton. This Winton pale rose blush. Interesting watching my process. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm sure that it is like interesting. Like I'm sure Danny that or Laughing Girl. My bad. For some reason I called you by a different user. I don't know why I thought you were. Anyway, you know, I think we can all come to appreciate each other's different styles and methods of doing art. Just gotta, you know, get your work. Keeping it nice and rough. This brush might be a little too rough, but that's okay. We are filming two warriors in battle, not delicate faces. So two warriors in battle. It's okay if the surface is a little rougher here. Let's go with some brown. Let's find a nice like deep red, brown and deep red mixed together. For this section right here, he's bending down to catch his breath because he just got stabbed. And that's the idea on this figure right here.
Alone and lost in the wilderness, Kaya must find her family before the dangers.
Glued to the TV.
What?
Scout is glued to the TV.
Yeah, my cat likes TV. Add blue.
There's a number of ways to and they all add up to one membership. The Planet Fitness Black Card. Access any location, bring a friend anytime, and recover in the Black Card spa. One more, everybody. We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
After 2 nights alone in the south of the bush, the little lion cubs finally reunited. The sister Kaya is still missing.
I got no clue who you're talking about, bro. Bluey the blue dog? I don't get it. Honestly, I'm so lost.
Clifford?
Why is my composition so off? Like
Oh,
my
it's
original
Clifford.
thought was I was gonna put this sword as the rule of third composition here, but I totally threw off the composition and now like kind of jacked up.
Oh, it's not hurt.
Anyway. Oh well, whatever. Maybe it's better this way.
Start. By the way, you want to know the name of the big blue dog?
Can't hear you. What?
Clifford.
Huh?
Clifford.
What about him?
That's the big blue dog.
No, Clifford's a big red dog.
Well, who's the big blue dog?
I got Blue's Clues. I don't know.
I thought you were talking about big blue dog. Okay, I guess not.
Clifford is a big red dog.
Okay, well,
Not a big
blue.
dog.
He changes colors once in a while. Scout, what are the baby lions doing? They're so little compared to my mom. Birdie bird, what am I gonna do with you? I don't know what to do with you.
Am I still working? Oh, Omizu's at work? Alright. We shall join Omizu's. We shall raid Omizu's live stream later. Let's invade Omizu. The invasion of Omizu's live stream shall happen later this evening.
Why did I pick these up? Oh. Okay.
You know, I'm not going to give it away. I'm just going to call this two gladiators battling it out. Or three gladiators. All right, take care, laughing. Is this a sign that is this your signal that you're leaving laughing, or are you just chatting? Yo, my cat is glued to the TV right now. He's watching so much TV right now. Anyone else have cats that just love watching TV? I didn't know that was a thing, really.
Stretching for 15 miles through the center of the territory. This will always do Its precious water is a magnet for the animals.
You really like it so far? Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
Mom hasn't made a kid in days. But now, back up from this to
What shall I do next? Maybe. No, let's go.
unless you would soon.
See what happens if we start to just add some blues in here.
Together, they hide the cubs in the shelter of the
You know, these walls have seen blood and dirt. We all know what a Colosseum looks like, right? This might be a great section for scumbling. So after it dries a little bit, just to like use a nice dry brush and go over it, rather than trying to do it right now and scraping away the paint. But you know what? I'm always a sucker for trying to do things even when it's not the perfect time. So let me just experiment with, you know, how these colors can create a sense of like wall, sense of a like an unusual, unnatural, natural wall here. I mean, it's a natural wall. It's like a rock wall. But I just want to create these like little these little spots of color.
each year, they come back to nest. Produce the next generation of sea turtles. It's known as the
And I haven't yet fully committed to what's going to happen in our figures here. But let me see. This brush.
Hi.
You know, adding these colors across this area can help to just give it some extra dimension, I guess, is the goal.
Hi.
I don't want to give too much detail because, you know, I don't want to necessarily pull away from the detail of our main image, which, you know, over time we will spend more time on our figures. But for now, we've got a sort of, got an interesting thing going on. Scott, are you entertained by the TV, bro? Scout is entertained by the television. Watching cats on the television. Cats and turtles. Ooh, there's a leopard hunting on the beach. I've never seen that before.
Really?
There's a leopard hunting turtles on a beach.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Wow.
is discovered. There's food to be found on the beach.
Alright, I need to go with a smaller brush right now.
Reach the surf. She might just make it.
She's running after the
Stumble
turtle.
away.
She's gonna get the turtle.
And let's narrow down some of these faces here.
Turtle.
I'm going to establish some of these faces.
Coming here. She's paid the ultimate sacrifice of motherhood. For the offspring she will never meet.
Aww.
That's in a matter of weeks.
Use some blue for our shadows here.
Being on the moon doesn't always involve a journey.
Hey, kitties. OG kitties.
Sometimes it's about taking those first tentative steps towards independence. This is the dense tropical jungle. Up in the canopy, 70 feet high, in around the town. A mother with a tiny baby. Few have a stronger bond in the animal world. Her daughter is just a few months old. She's been caring for her
Sunny outside, a little windy and cold. Let's go out and paint. Oh boy. If only I could have some gladiators posing for me outside, I might consider it. But I've already gotten started on this. I like it though. Michael really pushing me to get out and paint outdoors.
But now, Nina's at the age when she wants more freedom. After all, in the jungle, there's a lot to explore.
Let me grab some blues here.
But which trees are safe to climb? What's not new? Why? That's why every moment of our first 7 years will be sold. It'll take that long to acquire all her knowledge and wisdom. But Nina's got a problem. Her mother's first baby died suddenly in infancy. It seems the memory of her firstborn has left her fearful. Every attempt Nina makes to leave her side is thwarted. She's not allowed to cry. Try things out. Even when they're tantalizingly close. This overprotectiveness is holding Nina back. But this baby is a little rebel.
Oh, Michael Wilbur's going outside to paint. I thought you were trying to get me to go outside and paint. I was like, oh, there we go. I see. It's not always about me. It's not always about me. I gotta remember that. This is not... Life is not the Emmett Ferguson show. It is not the Huzzah Creative show. It is the Michael Wilbur show.
Constant fidgeting wears her out. She never gives her a break.
I already have a gray.
Downsides to keeping the baby this close.
Romper room. Huh. What is that, Michael? What is the romper room? Let's try to find a red brown. Let's get this brown and let's try to establish some of these shadows a little darker here. We're gonna go shadow. We're gonna go right into here to get another shadow.
Each of these baby hatchlings is driven by instinct, following the brightest horizon to reach the sea. There's just 70 feet of sand to cross.
Painting you're doing is of a girl on a trail horse crossing a creek with Easter lilies and Easter eggs. All right. That sounds incredibly creative, dude. Amazing. Well, I look forward to seeing it in the Chevron Museum of Art. I'm sure it will become a big hit.
Predators have turned up to take advantage of a feast. Even an old enemy is back.
And let's go.
But of those who run the gauntlet, some will get through to reach the safety of the sea. Beyond the timeline, the last to emerge. The hatchlings have reached the surface of their late mother's nest. For this baby female, a first view of dawn. In the clear light of day, it's the very youngest. Learning to guide her.
All right, let me clean off this brush.
Cal, what are you doing?
Must seem like a mountain range.
I can't see. What's he doing?
And let me do a little red stain on the front of his shirt here. Come down right from the neck.
She's a sitting target.
Let's go with some yellow.
But she's not done yet.
Like a very light ochre. Very light yellow ochre.
But out of the open, there's nowhere to hide. Vultures stalk the sands. And up above, frigate birds mount relentless attack. seems there are 100 ways to die.
He's going to Chevron. Some lady runs up yelling, Wilbur, you don't know her. Says she loves your art better. Cool. Amazing. Dude, you are... I got some of the greatest artists on the entire planet in this live stream right now. Michael Wilbur, Omizu. What could be... There's no better artists. No artists can hold a candle to these fantastic artists that are in my live stream right now. None.
You're just beginning.
Okay, done with that. Done with my
This arm needs to come out just a little bit further, so we're gonna find a way to do that. I'm gonna bring this down. I'm gonna keep working with this color right here, just so we have like this space right down here. I wish I could actually see like what length this this outfit actually was. I think it's actually pretty short. And I'm gonna find some colors here. Let's go some color regions.
Oh, look. It's a kitten. Baby lion kitten. Aww.
Pretty cool, cool for school. Pretty cool. How's your work day, Omizu? What's going on in the workplace? If it's not confidential.
Alexa, what's the temperature outside?
Right now, it's 59 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, expect a low of 56 degrees. By the way, you have a new notification. Do you want to hear it?
Has been dodging the kill. Wait for their arrival. The brothers are the first to approach.
Bye. I'm not backing down. I'm sorry. Hi, Scout. Right, bye. Got a few cases cats. Might pick us up.
Start painting, putting 35 more minutes, live streaming. Started this painting, you were putting a horse backside in. Your friend said it looks like chicken legs. Yeah. Hey, well, props to you for working on horses, because I think horses are really, it's like they're these massive, majestic animals. All right, later.
The kittens are inside the carcass of a zebra.
Oh yeah. They're massive, majestic animals, but they do have like the smallest legs. Horses have just like absolutely tiny, tiny legs. For what you would imagine, animals of their stature to be, right? It's not an easy animal to draw, for sure. So.
Go. Nature. I know you're very cute. I love you.
As they run for cover, she noticed the scent of her coat.
Both of us are what make you want to paint. You want to see a horse in my painting? The thighs are big. Yeah, the thighs on horses are really big. Okay, gotta go. Hey, take care, Laughing. Laughing Girl was here. Thank you for popping in to just chat and saying stuff, right? Thanks for just saying stuff. Thanks for just being alive, you know? All right, you need a couple little highlights on the top of the head here. Let's go with some gray highlights. Just a hint of gray at the top here. And then just a little dab of white. I might even get rid of that dab of white at some point. Because it's not working. But let's start filling in some of our background here. What do we want to do? Let's see. Let's just paint a bunch of faces. We're going to go in some somewhat darkened neutral faces. Neutral faces is what we're going for. So let's try to find them. This is a face right here. That's a face. I don't know if this is a face. This is a face. It's another face right here. Starting to bring in the faces here. Bring in a face there. Bring in a face there. Bringing a face there. I mean, everybody in this is pretty much has the same colored face. These are things that don't really, like, when you're looking at the whole painting, you don't really notice, but like when you're painting, you're like, I asked myself a question. I was like, does everybody really have the same exact colored face? Is that really like how, how this looks? And it kind of is, you know. Oh man, Michael Wilbur, are you gonna turn on a stream? Are you about to start streaming, my man? My dude, my sir, my friend, my man, my bro. Not like my man, but like my man, my dude. What's up, my dude? My friend. About to start streaming. Man, dude, bro. Dude, bro. Is Raya, what's up? Enjoyed the split screen. Is Azraya here? Oh, Azraya's here. Hey, what's going on? Hey, Azraya. So we are working through this painting. I don't know if you guessed the movie. If you guessed the movie, great. If not, you've got some movies to watch because this is based on a clip from one of the greatest movies that has ever been made, in my opinion. One of the greatest movies that has ever been made. So if you know what that is, fantastic. There's nothing else that needs to be said. But if you don't, we got to talk. We got to talk about your movie tastes. All right, let's grab... You know what? Instead of going for continuous yellow ochres, I want to open up my palette and use some sienna. Where's my sienna? Burnt sienna. I want to bring in some burnt siennas here, just to really capture some of the reds, the brown and the red. Like a brown red. Fight Night or Murder on Elm Street? Dude, you're not even close. We need to have a conversation, dude. We need to have a chat. We're going to have to take this offline because I'm concerned about your movie tastes. And if we can't correct this, you just might have to take a day off and watch some movies. You know, this is a great color to put into our figure here. We're going to find a darker brown burnt sienna. And we're going to go into this section here. And let's see, what is this red section here? Let's try to find a happy medium in between here. We want to go brighter with this, so let's go like a bright right around here. We need to separate our space right here. Let's go with some yellow, and let's go create this round shape, these round shapes here. And then let's go, this is raised. Raised around the center here. Somewhere in Time? Is that an actual like movie name? What's it about? I've never seen it. See, now we got to talk about my movie taste, because if it's Michael Wilbur's favorite movie, it must be good. All right, we're gonna add some highlight color and create a shape around this side here. I'm gonna add a little highlight color, bring in some of this sienna. It's just gonna be a little highlight. So we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna go Do I want to yell at your neighbor? Yeah, sure. Hand me the microphone. Let's just yell at Michael's neighbors. How could anybody not like Michael Wilbur? It astounds me. Who is anybody else shocked that somebody might not like Michael Wilbur? Absolutely astounding. Mind-blowing, baffling, unusual. Who would be crazy enough? All right, then I need to basically reduce the lighting effect here. It's a very rugged looking pair of pants. I kind of like the rough look of it. I'm going to reduce some of the highlight on this side. And let's start adding in some like little highlights across this piece here. I'm going to go with some pink yellow. And we're going to add some yellow highlights around here. Add some white highlight right into here. Nope, too much white. Need to go yellow. Give it like a gold feel. I want to find a nice light brown here so that we could go across this and create like a consistent look. I want a consistent look across this like belt area. That captures the roughness, but at the same time, like, you like that for a highlight color? It looks better than white. Thanks. What are you what are you talking about that I was just maybe doing? I don't know. I get you know, my mind literally just moves in like nonstop, and sometimes I don't even know what I said like 20 seconds ago. So if it was something I said, I might not remember. Color yellow? Was it about yellow? I think maybe. I think it was about the color yellow, right? Yeah, let's just go with that. So I think you're talking about the color yellow. That's cool. Let's add some gray into this section, like right here. What is this? Oh, all right. This I just need to. This I just need to paint in. Grab some of this yellow here. I need to blend in some of this section. Let's see. Let's go back to our small brush here. Oh wait, no, you know what? We need to add a little bit of yellow. Going into here. Still got a long ways to go in this painting. Quite a long way. We don't know how long this will take. But you know what? It's been almost 2 hours. So let me, I think right now is a good time for a little bit of a break. We're going to take a little break so we don't, overexert our minds. I never really think that painting's a physically strenuous activity. It's definitely not. I mean, it can be, I guess. Like, depends on how you paint, right? If you're like Jackson Pollock, it might be very strenuous. But definitely, your mind can, you're constantly making decisions. And, whether it be color or fixing an area or composition or whatever, and when you're constantly making decisions, your mind can start to fatigue. And, if you reach a point where you're like, when you just don't know if you'll be able to operate in a consistent capacity as far as keeping things flowing in a good way. Hey, Amizu, just a thought, man. I don't know if you want to, when you start your stream and whenever, if you want to set it so that you can bring people in, I'm happy to join your stream as a guest. But it's up to you. You have to do it ahead of time so that when you do send me a link and I do come back on later, that I can just, tap the link and join in. Just a thought. You don't have to. But just a thought, man. Just a thought, bruh. Bruh. I do like how rugged this section looks. Yeah, composition is always changing. It's so easy to get lost when you're outside trying to paint things in nature without a consistent light, without a consistent, people moving. I don't know if you're painting in public area with people moving, but let me wrap up some of my. I mean, is it even worth it to paint movie clips? I don't know. Why not? There's an infinitude of resources, of things that you could possibly paint. I was thinking about doing another like old school painting of. I decided to do this. So let's take a break, turn this off, and we'll be back in a little bit.